coming up next on Code 20. All right, we're heading to a call. We're actually covering for Keith, who's on another story that we'll talk about in a second. But we just heard CHP reporting a pedestrian walking southbound 405 in the slow lane just north of the 101. We're southbound 405 in the slow lane just north of the 101. I've got my high beams at the ready, and I'm hoping we don't have someone in lanes here, but there was a report of someone actively walking in the slow lane, no vehicle seen near that person. Cars are passing us. I slowed us down. We're doing about 60 right now. A little bit concerned about this, obviously. The only problem is if we do commit to the 405 past the transition here, that's going to send us all the way up to Mulholland, which is okay. I think we're okay with that. The call just came in though, like literally just came in, and we're right here. I'm not seeing anybody. I'm scanning both from the fast lane all the way to the right. I don't see anyone. It's probably taggers, right? I mean, but nobody should be walking in the slow lane. That's like complete insanity. All right, we are now committed to the 405. Our next is Mulholland, which is all the way up. And it's just one call right now, so it could be a hoax, a prank call. Copy, active shooter. I didn't see anybody, Tay, did you? I didn't see anybody. They could have the location wrong as well. It could be southbound 101 to the 405. Not everybody gives the correct locations. Let's keep looking, see if we see anything, but I'm not seeing anything. All right, we're pretty far past where it was reported, about a mile behind us now at this point. So, okay, we're gonna flip around to Mulholland. We're actually heading to a crash, possibly a hit-and-run felony at Van Nuys and Burbank, just north of Burbank. We're gonna have to go all the way up to Mulholland and flip around, which it's okay. That's part of the job. That's what we have to do, is check these things out, do our due diligence, and make sure that we're in the right spot, looking at the right thing. So, the 911 calls, as you guys know, here on Code 20, are not always 100% accurate, and sometimes they're just flat out fake. There's probably, I'm sure Alex, I don't want to make the poor Alex go into the archives and find a bunch of fake calls, but we have quite a few fake calls that we've covered. 455 David copies, and I'm going to be flipping around at Mulholland, continuing en route to 5711 Van Nuys on the possible hit-and-run felony. So the guys are all out on calls right now. Randy, sorry, it's a little bumpy here. Poor Tay's hanging on for dear life. Randy's on a call for an active shooter, a possible active shooter. It's a barricaded suspect who is firing rounds at police currently. So pretty terrifying. Randy's heading over there right now. He's going to look for, obviously, hard cover, not soft cover or concealment. He's going to look for hard cover and try to get a shot of that scene without putting himself into a, of course, direct line of fire. That's the last thing that we want him to do, or any of our guys to do. In the interim, Keith is over on a call, 8225 DeSoto in Canoga Park. Canoga Park, if you know that video. That's here on YouTube, the city promotional video. I thought that was so well done. He's in Canoga Park on a incident involving suspects, burglary suspects, again, 459 burglary suspects that drove a vehicle into a business and are actively stealing things from the business. Kind of like a smash and grab, vehicular smash and grab? I think that's a good title for it. We're off at Mulholland here looking to flip around. While we're doing that, let's go over, Alex, if you would. I don't know the title of it yet. Keith hasn't fed. If you want to load that up, and we can take a look at... Oh. What? Oh, different call. If you want to load that up, let's take a look at Keith's vehicle. It's going to be something like vehicle into a business with suspects there now. 459 suspects there now, maybe? I don't know. Let's go take a look. Let's see how far that car is into the building. Keith came up on the radio and he goes, "Hey, not a 459, not a burglary. It was just a crash, two-car TA, traffic accident, with one of the cars going into the business. And for the person to get out of the crashed car, they had to get out, and the car was inside the shop, so they're out inside the shop." I think he said pool supply store, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see how it looks like one thing, but then becomes something else. And you always have to be really careful and cognizant of that when you're dealing with incidents, any incident we go to, because you have that initial, okay, this is what we think it is. Then you have a little bit more information, the size up portion, which can come from either the police or fire or our own eyes, if we're there while it's happening, of course. And then you have the final, which gets published, that has that check and balance from the editorial staff that looks at it, talks to PIOs, goes, okay, this is what we think, or this is what we saw originally, this is what the PIO is saying, and that information then gets combined. So, great example of looking at what we initially hear, how that evolution occurs with trying to figure out the story. Right? There's always more to it, and it's how far can you dig? How much information is available? I'll leave it at that. I don't know if he's going to feed it. He'll probably still feed it because the car is in the building. But yeah, definitely not what we originally thought it was. So very interesting to see that. And quick note, there was a last couple episodes ago, I'm not sure when this one's going to come out, we had that pursuit with a 15-year-old. It ended up being a 15-year-old boy, not a girl. We heard that it was a 15-year-old girl, the pursuit with the that they ended up letting the suspect go. Pretty crazy stuff. Fox and CBS that morning reported that it was a hoax. I don't know how you have a hoax where you're running from the police actively. That's kind of insane because you're still running from police. So, a hoax is like something that's totally fabricated, right? It's not like if you're running from police, you're actually running from the cops. It's not a hoax. That's something you're actively doing. That's a felony. I don't understand what. Okay, doesn't matter. People are nuts. They ended up, I guess, determining that it was a hoax and let it go. Personally, I still think they should have stopped that vehicle to figure out exactly what was going on with that situation, because you don't really know. You're going off of hearsay on both ends of it. So if someone's running from the cops and not stopping, chances are something's not right. That's not normal. You see the red and blues, you pull over, you stop, you say, "Hi, what can I do for you, sir?" That's usually the normal human thing. Running from the police at a high rate of speed, blacked out lights, stopping on the freeway, not normal stuff. So whether it's a hoax or not, bizarre situation, but you guys saw it. You saw how the whole thing unfolded. There's really not much more I can say about it. Kind of weird. We just arrived here. We've got a looks like a Metro bus. The Metro buses here in LA also are unique. Well, maybe not super unique to major metropolitan cities, but it's a bus with like a trailer, and then they have a accordion section in the middle that's articulated. I don't know if the rear wheel steers. I think it does. Does the rear wheel steer on the bus? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
On the trailer section? I would think it would, because they make really tight turns, so I assume it does. But we have a vehicle, clearly, looks like a compact sedan versus the Metro bus. And I think we're going to go across the street here and get a look at it.
I'm going to get a
corner.
Let me move, because I'm not in the best spot here.
Oh yeah, look at that. You want to go? Why don't we go across over there?
We'll cross. I'm going to get a head-on of the car.
Alrighty. So Gabe's getting a few shots. We're going to grab a couple, but he's primary on this one, so I'll let him explain any updates. But yeah, bus crash, and great view of downtown right behind it. So nice backdrop.
Of course, I reposition, and then all the traffic goes by.
There you go.
Are you done?
Huh? Yeah, come on. I'm following you around.
Well, I didn't want to walk in your shot.
No, you're good. You're good. You're primary. I'm just along for the ride.
Too bad the bus came to a rest where it did. We could have had a nice shot of the wrecked bus with downtown in the background.
Look at the, oh, careful. Careful.
I'm gonna get, oh, there's the driver.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Is that locked?
Yeah.
God, that's real. You sure?
It is.
Wow. Do it again? No, do it like you did before.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah, like nice and...
Well, now it's under good.
All right, leave it. That was really nice. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, let's hear it.
Placement?
Yeah. Wow, that's much better than before. I don't know if you guys remember when Gabe had sand in his mouth, and it sounded like we were going to the beach every time he put his camera on. Oh, it's like crusty. Why is yours? Did you get sand in this? It feels like sand. Ooh. No, we gotta fix that. That's like, oh, I can hear it. Can you hear it? Oh man. Okay.
Remember, I've been to the beach. And
I know. And then to watch, if you want to give this to me or you want to just swing by, I can pull that apart and fix it for you. I'll lubricate it and clean it, polish it.
I can give you the plate and
no, just come
give
by.
It to me tomorrow.
It takes like 2 seconds.
All right.
Right?
Okay, say goodbye. This is becoming monotonous.
What?
You gotta take your camera to the beach every once in a while.
Oh my god.
So it looks like minor injuries. They're paying closer attention to the guy in the sedan. The driver looks like she was already evaluated and she's just shaken up. He's gonna stop right there. Brilliant.
You know what's interesting? Anytime we're on a
large oh.
Don't exist.
Like I was saying, anytime we're on a large vehicle collision involving a bus or a big rig, like just like this one, it's always incredible to me to see the, I guess you could say, the lack of damage on the average car. Looking at the side of the bus, you can actually see where it hit. Let me zoom in, I'll show you guys. You can see where it hit. And actually, you know what, I'll do this. I'll zoom in. I'll show you guys the damage on the bus. And then you'll see the damage on the car.
Make the turn, moron.
The contrast is staggering. Whole front, that car's total. Whole front of that car is gone. Bus has, it needs a little repaint. So really, always something you think about when you see vehicles involved in crashes like that. But we'll see if Gabe gets any updates on this.
Did you see where the impact on the bus?
Yeah, you should get that shot of the firefighter.
No, I already got it.
Oh, you got it? Yeah, it's, we were just talking about that. Actually, funny enough, just talked about that. I zoomed in on the bus, like the paint, and then showed, like as I zoomed out, you could see the crash on the car, how bad the car is compared to the bus. It's like...
Yeah, I see it. It's right by the movie poster.
Yeah, right at the poster.
Okay.
Zoom in on it. From right here, if you start here and you zoom out, it's perfect. But yeah, that shot alone, just, and Gabe's about to get it on sticks, it's gonna look about 1,000 times better. That shot alone is just extremely self-explanatory to show just the difference. Oh, Gabe.
It's obvious that he hit the bus. Well, but he might have burned the light.
Maybe. Oh.
Sorry, I got it.
So yeah, it looks like it's a.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna move over to the actual bus area.
Sounds good. We'll be here.
Sounds
like it's gonna be a DUI. I don't want to say it too loud.
They always disperse whenever I have the shot framed nicely. Let's go get the close-ups of the damage on the bussy. Oh, look at that. The first omen. The DUI driver plows into her bus.
Call 19-453, 453, streaming woman, picking and Boulder in the alley. Code 3 incident 322, RE is 457.
Now look at this framing here. Here's the omen for you. Okay. do I want to do now? I want to do this. I'm kind of overshooting the bus now because I feel like when I first got here, all I was doing is getting shots of the car that hit the bus. And it's like, well, it's a Metro-involved crash, but I don't have any shots of the actual bus. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna get some street signs and we're out of here. Now there's a couple of options, but I definitely prefer the street signs from the mid-'60s, so we're gonna use this one. Why am I seeing smoke? There's I don't know if there's steam, but oh, it's from the flares. Because I'm seeing smoke up here, and then there's like that might be a cloud back there. Oh, second RA. I need to get the Alameda sign. Oh, the one across the street. I can get downtown in the background. Oh no, I got it. Let's go.
Hey, you better mute that shit.
What? All right, let's go across the street because I'm gonna shuttle the ambulance from there. I like of all the places people have to park, I get blocked in, right? Oh shit. It doesn't fail every time. That was a shot right there, the RA passing right in front of downtown.
1389, are you clear?
Alrighty, and I think I have enough. So get this out and it's off to the next one.
Alrighty guys, we're heading into a structure fire. It sounds like LA City. It sounds like LA City went still alarm on it. Sorry, we're getting self-ventilating, so it's already through the roof. They're calling it a back house, now they're calling it a garage. A lot of times in LA you have back garages that are converted into like back home living spaces. Pretty dangerous. You can see it right there. I don't know if you can, a lot of light standards here that are coming up, but you should be able to see it just right in the center of Tay's screen here. In the middle of Tay's lens. We'll be getting off at Van Nuys. If we can get around some traffic, nice. We'll be getting off at Van Nuys, and it does sound like it's like I said, like a converted garage. We're listening for updates. We do have a security door, and as we've seen on Code 20 in the past, security doors are a little unnerving. Actually, we're going to get off at Terabella. They're a little unnerving because it makes it really, wow, you can really see it going to. It makes it very difficult, and we have an airship overhead as well. It makes it difficult for people to get out of that building that is involved. And in a situation like this one, we need to, are you getting off? Are you staying on? What the heck? Holy moly. Sorry. There you go. They're getting water on it. Look at that shot with the airship. Tay's getting the shot right now. We're not getting anything. Tay's getting the shot. It looks like they're going to have a knockdown as we're rolling up over here. They're getting water on the fire. All right. There's a crane fly in the car, by the way. It's like buzzing around my face. I can feel it. Ugh.
The main house is clear.
All right, main house is clear. Oh, God, it's huge.
The main house.
Ah!
It's going to be strictly confined to the garage, which has some living space attached.
All right, so he said it just perfectly. Garage with a living space in the back. When you see the white steam, then you know that they're getting a good handle on it. 455's going code 6.
That's correct. The detached garage, there is a converted portion with a patio. The outside
This guy's delivering
patio
pizza while the block's on fire over here.
Right now, our engine company is doing a search in the conversion part.
All right, they're doing a search in the back. We're gonna chill for a minute right here, and we have a supply line crossing the street in front of us. We're not going to get flames on this. They're getting a good handle on it, is what it sounds like. So we're going to sit here and listen for a second. We're late on this. Again, city fire is super fast. We were coming from like the 170 in Sherman Way, which is not far from where we are at Terabella and the 5. Back garage converted. Where are you going, dude? Back garage converted into a living space with bars on the windows. Kind of a scary situation, but they got a quick knockdown on it. You can see how fast city fire gets knockdowns. We have a victim. We're going in. All right. All right. These damn security doors. It's really sad. I hope they're okay.
536. I'm out. Open up text 17 for me. It sounds like I have a victim. Oh, there we go. Right there. Yeah, I copy. One female. Excuse me. Sorry. I want to get that really quick. Back converted house, really really unfortunate. She did not look, are you rolling? Yeah, she did not look like she was in good shape. That sucks. And it's sad too because they're so damn fast. They get these fires out so quickly. I mean, you could see the the burn marks all over her face and all the smoke inhalation, and I mean, it's just, I didn't see her breathing. They weren't doing CPR, but we were just talking about how dangerous these converted garages are. We got to get this thing quick. I'm sorry, I'm rushing a little bit, but we have another photographer here, so we're going to try and beat him to the punch. All right, I'm going to focus on this, but yeah, like we talked about, we've seen it time and time again here on Code 20. Just those damn safety bars on the windows. It's like really, really scary stuff when you see that. There's not a whole lot you can do if you can't get out of your house and it's on fire. And then if you're in a back house that's a converted garage, like, you know, how much hope do you have for survival in a situation like that? Time and time again, we see that it's a
IC from Division Alpha, we have a knockdown.
yeah, they're calling official knockdown now. It's just a very
Metro 168 Kepler rescue.
oh, am I doing this wrong? Yeah. Sorry, I'm having issues here. Date modified, there we go. It's just a scary situation for anybody to be in. And like I said, we see that time and time again out here with these incidents. And it's like, what do you do, right? Because you don't want your place to get broken into. You know, you live in a rough area, so you're dealing with that. And then you have a fire, and you can't get out. And this poor woman right now is fighting for her life if she's not already gone. And recovering from that is just extremely difficult. It just wreaks havoc on your lungs, and you go into cardiac arrest, you have heart failure. I mean, almost immediately. It's really...
The burns.
Oh, yeah, well, not to mention the burns, yeah. What's that?
Disfigured.
Yeah, the road to recovery on an incident, you know, surviving something like that is very difficult. But again, the city fire being as fast as they are, and we're over here in Pacoima, by the way. Being as fast as they are, still isn't fast enough for this person to get out, which is really kind of just goes to show what, you know, how fast these things spread. So, all right, we'll leave it at that. I wish we had better footage on this though, but they were so fast we weren't able to get in there quickly. But the second they said they had a victim, they're bringing them out. I'm like, okay, we got to go. And you saw how fast I mean, you never see city fire run with a gurney like that. That's, you know, not run, as fast as I've seen them go, that's about it. That's as fast as they'll go safely. And when you see that, it tugs at your heart, because you know that their chance of survival is you could just see it on their faces. You could see it on their faces, and you know things are not good for that person. So, all right, we're gonna get this in, and then we're gonna be on to, hopefully on time, to the next one. All right, 455's gonna be rolling up here. Might be pre-arrival. I'll be code 6. I see the flashers on up there.
In front of the location, a female is screaming and crying outside. It's code 3, incident 323 or D1030.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be beating LAFD on it. Let's see. And I don't think LAPD has the call. This is a traffic collision. Excuse me. Traffic collision involving a light pole. I see flashers. I don't see anything on fire. That's good. No hydrant. We're kind of in the area. We're heading to. We're floating around the area, and we heard it. So figured, let's go take a look-see. Looks like there's a bunch of cars that stopped, and they're all taken off. Never heard this on LAPD though.
Nice job, bud.
Unit 17 Adam 35.
The cars that stopped don't look like the street racers.
Correction, can I have the D4 resident?
6 RG
No, they pulled him out.
2114.
Good Samaritans pulled him out of the car. That's
And
good.
835, 17835.
That car is messed up, huh?
1850 San Julian Street, subject to the unknown on the billboard pole. Spray paint the building.
That hit hard.
Using black and white spray paint, code 12-326, RD176.
We'll stand by.
69 rescue.
We'll wait for the
7, sick person.
we'll wait for the size up from FD, and then if it's another victim in there trapped or something, then we'll shoot it. But as of right now, we're just gonna stand by. Car's not on fire, and
Metro from inch 35. We made patient contact. Sure, very much.
it's just a solo vehicle. We'll see what they say. What was the who's responding on this? This was 275, RA75, and truck 75.
LA 1584, visual 1183.
1584, go ahead.
84 to be.
We'll see what the pros say.
Visual about 5. It's kind of bottlenecking at Transition Road.
1584 visual, north 110 to north, south 5. Traffic is starting to bottleneck.
It's always amazing how much they light it up, isn't it?
1550, copy.
4 from Metro. Is it 1084? I'm going to be turning around at Sunset in front of break. I'll see if I can get them off.
84 10 for turning around at Sunset to possibly try and get him off.
Rescue 51 from 894 on 2.
So we're listening for anything with 75s. You'll hear it on FT radio, probably on channel 8 if they need additional. Or they might just say we're going to handle with what we have here. Either way, we'll hear should hear a size up from these guys.
8499120.
Metro from Rescue 4, that's perfect.
Nope. We're looking for channel 8. And LAPD's here already. Nice.
40, someone else is broadcasting, repeat.
Not a traffic unit though.
And another location is going to be Laurel Canyon, north of Rinaldi.
Yes.
1940, code 6 on the ambulance.
So that's a sergeant from
Location,
Mission that just showed up, 19040. He put out a corrected location. I don't know if they'll even assign a T unit on it because unless someone's trapped or it's fatal or major injuries, ever since 2019, you all know what I'm referring to. Ever since then, they stopped assigning T units on minor injury traffic collisions, which even as bad as that car is, it's still not a physical rescue, no entrapment. All right, I'm not hearing 75's update. So usually when they do that, it just means they're going to handle with the resources at scene. So if that's the case, then
requesting tow to Chanute and Osborne, please.
we'll give it another couple seconds here, but I think they're already...
89, Chanute and Osborne.
Yep, they got him on the gurney. They're still going to take him... they're still going to take him to local trauma center just because of mechanism of injury.
Fire alarm 147.
High-speed traffic collision.
Rescue 55, Life Force 50, Rescue 50, Life Force 12, Engine 42, Engine 44, Battalion.
And
Structure fire
Gabe's getting a structure fire. LaSalle Park on York. We might go for that.
21.
Engine 107 Fall.
Refuses contact.
198 for Mail Street.
Actually, no, he's he's close.
35 minutes ago from Broadway and Workman. Suspects left.
He's at that shooting right now.
Unknown suspects.
Workman and Broadway.
Was a handgun at the distance of 295.
It looks like we're
536.
fire out that way.
All right, hang on. There's like 3 things happening here.
15
They're gonna take him to trauma just because looking at the front of that car, that's a hard hit. And if you veer across, I mean, you could see where he was going straight, and then the road turned, and he just continued straight into the pole. So if you do something like that and you're not intoxicated, they think that something else is wrong. And that's not good. Report a fire. RP report fire in her kitchen. Oh. Well, okay, maybe I won't bother him for the fire. But you never know. Kitchen fires get out of hand sometimes. They're handling with what they have. Nobody's trapped. It's not. And I say this. What I'm about to say, people take this the wrong way sometimes. This is not a news story. Doesn't mean it's not a big deal for this guy. This is like probably the craziest crash he's been in ever. Like, for sure. You never know, but most likely. When I say it's not a news story, because I said that the other day, there was a homeless person that was murdered or what have you, and it was like, it doesn't mean that we don't care. It doesn't mean that there's a lack of empathy or understanding for what's going on with these situations that aren't newsworthy. It just means that our clients and our viewers, not you guys. You guys are, I think, happy just to, whatever we go to, it's always a good thing. But for our clients, for the TV stations, we're in a top 1-2 market. It's LA and New York are 1 and 2. So in a market this big, a crash like this, yeah, anywhere else in the country would be like, wow, this poor guy, this is an interesting thing, this is a news story. Here, it's not. It doesn't meet that criteria. So I just want to make sure there's a separation between whether something is newsworthy or not in the market, or whether or not we give a shit. There's a big difference. We care about all the stories we go to. We put a ton of time, a ton of energy, research, effort into every story we go to make sure that we're reporting facts as accurately as possible. That's not that's not the issue. The issue is whether or not our clients, who ultimately decide if our content's going on their TV station or not, whether or not they're interested in what we're looking at right now. So I hope that makes sense. Somebody was saying, oh, you're insensitive because it's not newsworthy. I'm like, no. There's a difference between is it newsworthy and do we give a shit? Those are not interchangeable, and we feel very, very passionately about the scenes that we go to. They're very emotional. We see some pretty horrific stuff in the last 16 years. I've seen some terrible, terrible things. People burning to death, just horrible stuff. So there's no lack of compassion, I promise you that. It's whether or not that story behind us right now with this car crashed into this pole would end up on TV, or anybody in the news cycle would see that as something that would meet criteria or threshold, and the answer is no. So, is that fair? All right. We're gonna be on to the next one. Get out of here. I can turn my lights off, yeah.